Have you ever felt that one moment of anger could destroy everything? That a single impulsive decision could cost you what matters most? This isn't just a story about a rooster. It's a story about emotions and the 5 seconds that can change a life. This is Rufus, a rooster with magnificent feathers and a crow so powerful that every animal would look up in awe. Yet behind that dazzling appearance was a stormy heart Rufus had never truly learned to control. Rufus was like a ticking time bomb. His emotions shifted unpredictably and drove his every impulsive action. When anger struck, he exploded, wrecking everything around him without a second thought for the consequences. When sadness arrived, he sank into gloom, isolating himself from the beautiful world outside. Even in moments of joy, his overexcitement caused unnecessary trouble for everyone. Life went on like this until one fateful day, when an old truck delivered a brand new member to the farm. His name was Rocky, a strong, calm, and friendly rooster who quickly won everyone's affection. From a distance, Rufus watched. A flame of jealousy began to spark and burn fiercely inside him. The fear of being replaced consumed his thoughts. He imagined himself becoming unwanted and forgotten. Instead of reaching out, Rufus let jealousy take control. He decided he had to assert his position. Unable to hold back, he charged at Rocky like a whirlwind, out of control. Rocky was startled, but he did not fight back. He simply dodged and used his strong wings to shield himself from Rufus's rage. The farmer's loud shout ended the fight. Rufus stood there, panting, as his anger slowly cooled. Rocky looked at him, not with hatred, but with pity, then quietly walked away, leaving Rufus alone. Silence fell. The once admiring eyes had turned into fear and distance. There was no sense of victory, only deep shame. Rufus realized he had behaved like a fool. Lost and regretful, he wandered to the old oak tree at the edge of the farm, hoping to find peace. There lay Sebastian, the wisest old goat in the region. He had seen everything from afar. Rufus sat beside him in silence, but his heavy sighs revealed the turmoil in his heart. Sebastian gently opened his eyes. Without judgment, he asked, "Yeah, it seems the storm inside you has just passed, hasn't it?" Rufus choked back tears. "I didn't want to act that way, but when emotions take over, I feel completely powerless." With a kind smile, Sebastian shared the most valuable lesson he had learned through the years. "Remember this," he said. "Emotions are not the enemy. They are messengers trying to tell you something. Anger tells you when a boundary has been crossed. Jealousy reveals what you truly value." Rufus was stunned. He had never seen emotions this way. To him, they had always been monsters. "The problem is not the message," Sebastian continued, "but that you let the messenger become the master of your mind. True strength lies in becoming the master. Receive the letter, read it, then choose your response wisely." "But how can I stop when everything happens so fast?" Rufus asked. "It feels like my blood rushes to my head instantly." "The secret is the pause," Sebastian replied calmly. "When emotion strikes, stop, take a deep breath, and count to 5 before you act." Rufus closed his eyes and tried. He inhaled deeply, feeling the air fill his chest and calm his racing heart. "Exactly," said Sebastian. "Those 5 seconds are your space of freedom. That's where you choose to be a slave or a master." The next day, Rufus began practicing. His first test came quickly when he slipped into a muddy puddle. Anger flared up as usual. He almost shouted, but Sebastian's words echoed in his mind. He stopped. Anger didn't disappear, but it no longer controlled him. He calmly washed off without yelling. A greater test came when he saw Rocky being praised again. The familiar sting of jealousy crept in, but this time Rufus asked himself, "What is this messenger trying to tell me?" He realized he didn't hate Rocky. He simply longed for recognition. Understanding the message, Rufus chose a different action. Instead of attacking, he faced his fear with courage. He approached Rocky. Rocky flinched slightly, stepping back, expecting another fight. But Rufus bowed his head and sincerely apologized. He pushed his best portion of food toward Rocky as a gesture of peace. The tension melted away. Rocky smiled and accepted. For the first time, the two proud roosters shared a meal in peace. From that day on, they became close friends, protecting the flock and greeting each morning together. Rufus was no longer a slave to his emotions. He still felt anger, sadness, and joy. But now he observed and guided them. The entire farm was amazed by his transformation. Fear turned into genuine respect and affection. Rufus often returned to the old oak tree to thank Sebastian. He knew the old goat's wisdom had changed his life. Soon, he began sharing the lesson of the messenger with the younger animals. When he saw a duckling in a rage, he gently taught it to breathe and count to 5. Rufus's story reminds us, mastering emotions does not mean suppressing or denying them. It means understanding and directing them. You can choose to be a slave, dragged wherever your feelings pull you, or you can choose to be the master, steering the ship of your life. The next time anger or jealousy arises, remember the messenger. Pause. Breathe. Ask what it wants to tell you. True peace does not come from the absence of storms, but from holding steady at the helm in the middle of one. Rufus found that peace, and so can you, beginning with your very next breath. His crow is no longer one of arrogance, but a song of freedom and growth. Each of us has a Rufus within. Treat him with patience and understanding, not harsh judgment. Self-growth is never a straight line. It is full of stumbles, but every stumble carries a lesson. What about you? Have you ever let emotions overpower reason and hurt someone, as Rufus once did? Share your story in the comments below. We would love to hear how you overcame your emotional storms. Don't forget to subscribe to the Life Tales so you won't miss our upcoming meaningful stories. Night has fallen over the farm. Rufus, Rocky, and Sebastian are fast asleep, restoring their strength for a new day. Remember, just 5 seconds of pause can completely change the ending of a story. Practice it every day. Thank you for spending these precious 9 minutes with Rufus and with us. We wish you a day filled with joy, inner peace, and the strength to master your beautiful emotions. This is the Life Tales, telling small stories to nurture great